Hey guys, welcome to the Canyon. It's a beautiful day, and this is the DINAN S1 M4 with their S1 package, which you can get from many dealers or from DINAN itself. First, let's talk about this. Watch of the week. This is the Guards Red Design RL72. Pretty cool. Looks like a Porsche tachometer. And they sent this to me, and you can check it out on their Instagram, Guards Red Design, or on their website. Kind of dig it. It's a neat change of pace. If you want to send me a watch of the week, I'm certainly open to that. So, about the DINAN M4. It is your standard M4, dual clutch, steel brakes, non-electronic damper control car. I'm just going to read off the spec sheet. That way I don't have to remember it later. So, it comes with the tuner, stainless steel exhaust, carbon fiber cold air intake. That's good for 530 horsepower and 504 pound-feet of torque. That is warranted, matches the factory warranty up to 4 years or 50,000 miles. For suspension, it's got DINAN's adjustable coilovers, lightweight tubular adjustable sway bars, and negative camber control arms. And then it also has the DINAN aluminum pedals, the badges, and some accessories on this car, including the wheels, the carbon front and rear splitters, carbon fiber mirror covers, etc. So, performance-wise, you can get this package for $10,000 plus your M3 or M4. If you want the wheels and tires, that's an extra few $1,000. And if you want the carbon fiber accessories, you can add those as you want. But the important things, engine, suspension, that is 10 grand plus your M3. So let's go into Sport Plus. And I like my steering in Sport more so than Sport Plus. Sport Plus is a little artificially heavy for me. Oop. Guys, coming around the corner, hot. Adjusted my mic. And we're off. Okay, so let's see how 530 horsepower feels. Oh, I'm in auto. I need to be in manual there. There's people literally stretching in the road. I have no explanation for that one. The more I drive the new M cars, frankly, the more I miss the V8. This car, it sounds cool, but it's just not that loud. And when you're in the car, you hear it. When you have the windows open, you hear nothing. It's just wind. Car is equipped with Pirelli Corsa tires, which are quite pricey, but nice. Let's see the power here. Transmission kicks you a little bit in Sport Plus. That's a nice thing. Steel brakes are effective. The steel brakes are really more than enough in this car. The ceramics, if you want to get them, you might get something back on the resale, and they're worth it if you don't ever have to replace them. If you got to replace them, then they immediately become not such a good value. Well, the car's real quick. You know, these things, they feel big now. It's not that it feels heavy or it doesn't get around. It's just a bigger car, especially in my driveway. As far as the DINAN stuff goes, the power is great. It feels just like the power band of the standard car, except there is more of it everywhere at the power band. The torque curve isn't quite as flat. It's a little bit more sloped, so you get a little more turbo-y feel. Here we go. Wow, look at it go. That is a fast car. And there's really not much downside. The adjustable suspension in this car is adjusted a little stiff for my taste. I feel a lot of these road imperfections, and when I've been driving it around LA, it's a little stiff for daily driving. So I would say if you wanted to go for the electronic damper control from BMW, that might be better for a daily driver type car. But if you're looking to upgrade a car that doesn't have that, definitely go for this suspension, and maybe just set the settings for a little bit softer than this for daily use. I'm sure they really cranked this up to max performance because they were giving it to me to test, but about 3,800 is where you start to get your torque. You definitely are going to get used to driving at a bit of a higher RPM to keep it in the power band. You had to do that with the V8 too, actually. This wasn't a particularly torquey V8 in the E92. This thing just eats up road. Hard to complain about the dual clutch gearbox. I mean, Porsche is the gold standard here. This one is excellent. I wouldn't hesitate to get it. I like the 3-pedal, actually. The stick shift in the M4 was a lot of fun, and I would get that for my own car. But if you live somewhere with a lot of traffic, or if you spend a lot of time at the racetrack, the DCT does what it's told, and that's really the highest compliment you can give a gearbox, is that it just does what you tell it to do. So many of them, we'll talk about your shift times and your whatnot, but the fact is, when you tell it to shift, sometimes it just doesn't. This thing it's fast. Because you don't get as much of the sound, because it is so composed. It's firm, but it's planted. It doesn't feel like it's getting bounced around and unsettled. You just feel a lot. But because you don't really get that sound, the speed doesn't translate as well to me. I have to look down at the speedometer and go, holy shit, I really am going 100 there. I don't just get it from the engine. Brilliant road, big, fast road here. Not too many hairpins. The steering in sport mode is nice. It's right on center. Sport Plus is a little heavy. The steering wheel is perfect. This is the best steering wheel BMW's ever made. They should put it in everything. Go. This is a very, very impressive car. I mean, if you consider a base M3 plus this stuff, I know nobody gets the base, but there's a lot that is right about this, and you don't really hear about a good value with DINAN because they tend to be more expensive. And Steve was on the podcast and explained all that because they do so much R&D work on their products that has to come from somewhere. But it does say something about DINAN that I don't have a babysitter for this test. You know, a lot of tuner companies send someone with me, and that's great. But for a tuner company to just drop a car off at my house, say, do whatever you want to do, have fun, see you in a couple days, that's confidence in their product, and they have never, ever let me down. You may have remembered us driving the DINAN 1M. That is the king. That's the best BMW, I think. With the exception of the V8 1M, that is the best BMW road car that I've ever driven. Because it's bigger, because it's got a wider stance, because it's got a dual clutch gearbox, it feels more composed than that. It's a little more of a tourer than that car. That car had huge power and a very short wheelbase, and so it was just as manic as can be. This one is a little more subtle. It's a little more, it doesn't feel like it wants to bite you. It doesn't feel like it's too fast for roads. It frankly feels just about right. I mean, just a couple of years ago, DINAN had to do a complete engine swap to get these types of power gains out of the M3. And here, It's 3 parts. It's a tuner, an exhaust, and an intake, and you get 100 horsepower. It's a beautiful car. I'm gonna launch it real quick. Can we launch it? Probably, right? Traction control off. Let's see. No, I didn't like that. DSC inactive. Let's try and launch it now. There we go. Launch control. Oh, did a nice little burnout there. Chirped him. Yeah, launch control does work. Little wheel spin on there. It wasn't like a PDK all-wheel drive launch where it just thrust you, but rear-wheel drive car. I like that. I tugged the paddle there, and I didn't quite have enough revs for that gear, and as soon as I slowed down enough to get enough revs, the car did complete the shift for me. So that was nice. I like when a car does that. I don't like having to keep tugging it, waiting for that gear, wondering when it's going to come. You tug it once, and when it can give you the gear, it gives you the gear. That's brilliant. Well, this car is fast, fast, fast. What's funny, though, is I just got out of the 034 Motorsport Audi TT RS, and while I think these cars are about the same speed, the TT RS was more fun. It was lower, it was lighter, it was smaller. This, you know, with its usable back seat and its big trunk, has taken the place in my mind of like the first generation M6, or I should say the Bengal era M6. Even though this is a much, much better car than that, that's sort of where I put it. And I actually put the 2 Series back into the M3's position in terms of size. This is just, it's just big. It's big everywhere. The power is really just endless, though. There's so much of it. It's so integrated and seamless. With the exception of the stiff suspension, there's nothing about this car at all that it doesn't feel 100% factory. It has no hiccups that I can see. I just wish it was louder. I don't hear it. I don't get anything back from it in my senses. So, you know, maybe it's 4 or 5 seconds a lap faster than the old E92 car with the stroker engine, but that car is still more fun just because it's such a rewarding sound. This is, I know it's the way of the future, but it's just not a rewarding sound. If I was up here in my Vet, I'd just be like, "Rah!" And this is a lot faster than my Vet, I think, but I'm not sure I care. I want to care. Does make a nice daily driver, though. And the wheels look really good. I'm a big fan of those DINAN wheels. They look nice. Woo! Getting toasty in here. A lot of grip from these tires. I mean, I'm not really pushing it, but not a hint of squeal or anything. And I'm carrying some pretty big speeds through these corners. Are those people going to be sitting in the road when I get back? In the road, I don't recommend, oh good, they're off the road now. I don't really recommend stretching in the road or doing push-ups or whatever it was that they were doing. I don't recommend that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You could cover ground. Like if you were going to do a hypothetical road rally in which speed was important, you could really cover a lot of ground in one of these. It's a very stable platform for high-speed cruising. I like it. I like it a lot. I just don't like it quite as much as the V8. Mercedes Club? Mercedes development drivers. All right, there we go. Okay, well, that was fun. Thank you, DINAN, for that experience. I enjoyed it very much. And I will see you guys next time.